Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort, and if you don't already know me, this is my first introductory video, and today I'm going to be telling you 3 things you can do as somebody who is trying to heal from a long-term trauma. Trauma can be something very demeaning. It can be something very hard to heal from. It can be something that makes you feel stuck in life. Sometimes when you're traumatized, either from a relationship, from childhood, or basically from the environment or from the things you watch from social media, it could put your mind, it could wire your mind in a way that you think that this thing is your life. Like that's where you're stuck. You can literally go nowhere apart from this place. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips you can take to heal from this long-term trauma. The first one is to recognize the things that you're being traumatized with. Recognize if it is childhood trauma, or if it is trauma from a relationship, or if it is just trauma from friendship or the things you see on social media. Oh god, the sun is so hot. I don't have lights, but we can manage. So recognize these things and make sure you reconcile with them. Sometimes we let ourselves get traumatized by things that are not supposed to traumatize us. I know sometimes we are forced to be traumatized. One time in my childhood when I was small, I used to feel some type of way, and the only person I told about this thing was the seminarian who was saving in my community that time. I don't know if you could still remember that, but I can't forget that day that I was telling him how I felt and how it just felt to be born into my family. There's so much I've had to lock up in myself that even my parents do not know, even my siblings do not know. But before I actually made this video, yesterday something happened, and I called my mom and she said something to me. I was just crying to them and I was reporting something to them, and I had to make her let me speak to my dad, but they were not just speaking in ways things I wanted to hear, because I needed that issue sorted out. So I just told them, you know what, don't worry, I'm going to call my senior brother. But then my mom called me again and then told me some things that made me feel so bad, and I lashed out. Lashing out, I wasn't screaming at her, right? I just cried and I was telling her, you guys don't know what I've actually been through since I was 16 years old. And it hit her. She was like, because I don't think she's actually realized that there's so much I've actually been through that I haven't shared with them. And then she said, I'm going to find a time for us to talk in case there are things that you haven't told me. I mean, I feel like crying now, but it's okay. So sometimes your trauma could be things like that, little things that happened during your childhood, or maybe things that didn't even happen, or let's say you didn't get the love you felt you deserved to get, or maybe from your relationship, you were somebody who was in a toxic relationship and you got out of it, and since then it has traumatized you, the things that were happening and all that, or maybe just things that you're watching from social media if you're somebody who easily gets traumatized. So the first step is that you're going to recognize this trauma, and the second one is you're going to love yourself the way you felt you should have been loved that time. You're going to project things to yourself. You're going to affirm this love to yourself. You're going to love yourself the way you felt you should have been loved, because healing starts from yourself. Let's be honest. When you're trying to heal, what you're going to do is love yourself first. There's nobody else that's going to love you the way you love yourself. I know some people might be thinking their boyfriends or their partners are the only person who can love them. Oh, he loves me so, right? But that cannot be measured with the type of love you should have for yourself. And once you start loving yourself the way you deserve to be loved, once you stop yourself from being stuck in a way that you think that, oh, there's nobody else that's going to love me this way. Sometimes people get depressed, they even kill themselves when a relationship ends, because they feel like There's nobody out there that is going to love them the way the previous person did. But one thing I want to let you know is that that love begins from you. It starts from how you love yourself. It starts from the things you do for yourself. So when you leave a relationship, all you have to do is the love you were giving out to that person, project it back to yourself. It is not, it could be hard sometimes, but try as much as you can. Every time when you wake up in the morning, even if you want to look in the mirror, look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. I love you. Tell yourself you're going to become that person you want to be. Tell yourself, I can love you more than this person did. That's another thing that will help you heal from all those trauma you've been through. And the third tip I'm going to give you is to recognize that there's always better. Once you recognize that, especially for those who were in a traumatic relationship or a toxic relationship, once you recognize that there's always someone better, there's always another person out there waiting for you, you're not going to be so attached to that person. You're not going to be so attached to the love that person gave you that you would start feeling like there's nobody out there. Everybody is another person's prayer point, just like they always say. And I believe in that because once one thing is gone, another one would come. Maybe that wasn't just good for you. You just had to let it go. So the third tip is for you to recognize that there's always better. Whether it's a job opportunity that you wanted so much and you didn't end up getting the job, recognize that there's always another thing better. And with this, if you connect this to the things that God is doing for you, see every disappointment as an opportunity. Because when you're getting disappointed with one thing, you do not know what God has in stock for you. Let me give you an instance. So on my birthday, I was still in a relationship with somebody I felt like didn't deserve me. I didn't have to be there. It was quite toxic, right? And on my birthday, this person didn't do anything for me on my birthday. I was expecting they would. But on my birthday, instead of this person to make me happy on my birthday, they ghosted me. This person literally ghosted me on my birthday. And because I was not bothered, because I was just happy with the messages I was getting from people, guess what happened next? A friend I was literally not talking to for a while came and took me out on a surprise birthday dinner. And then the person, if I did not recognize, or if I did not try to make myself happy, if I did not try to look past the fact that somebody who I was expecting would be there for me on my birthday to make me happy had just ignored me, tell me how that opportunity would have been open for another person to book a surprise dinner for me. So you see, when one thing disappoints you, position your mind that there's always something better coming. I hope these 3 tips helps you to overcome your trauma. See you in my next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Share this video to somebody who might need these tips to overcome whatever it is they are going through. And don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section so you can tell me how you feel about this video. I would really love to read your comments. I really love them. Bye.